Uncover the shocking truth of your 401k that your employer doesn't want you to know. And keep one thing in mind, every single product has its advantages and disadvantages. What you want to be able to learn how to do is maximize the advantages, at the same time minimize the disadvantages, so each and every dollar works to optimal performance for you. Today, we're going to talk about the hidden problems with 401ks and IRAs. Grab a pen and piece of paper, take down some good notes, rewind it if you have to. It's going to be very educational, and it's going to help you put money back in your pocket where it belongs. (401k) versus IRA, what's the difference? Individuals can save for retirement through 401k plans and individual retirement accounts, aka IRAs. A 401k is an employer-sponsored retirement plan. An IRA is an individual retirement account that individuals can open through a bank or a brokerage firm. Both 401ks and IRAs can invest in stocks, bonds, and securities. Let me break it down real simple, folks. When you have a 401k, even an IRA, the general partner is the government, you're the limiting partner. What do I mean by that? Well, they get to make all the rules. So you put money in with pre-tax dollars. Your money stays in that account till 59 and a half, so you get the tax deferral. It's not a tax savings, it's a tax deferral. And whatever you save in 10, 20, 30 years, or defer in 10, 20, 30 years, the second you start taking distributions at 59 and a half, within 4 years, all the money that you saved, you now pay back to the government. And by the way, they get to change the rules. They get to decide what the tax bracket's going to be when you take distributions. And in this scenario, you have zero control. I'm not saying don't do it. A lot of folks get mad when I give education about 401ks and IRAs. What I am saying is be educated on the advantages and disadvantages. And oh, by the way, make sure it's part of the overall financial mosaic. It's not the end all and be all. Limited contributions. Both traditional and Roth IRAs come with enormous restrictions and risks. First, the government sets a cap on how much you could add to these accounts. As of now, the limit on 401k contributions is $23,000 per year for folks that are under 50, and if you're over 50, it's an additional $7,500. So do the math. You can go all the way up to $30,500. The IRA limit is only $7,000 per year, or $8,000 for over 50. In other words, you get an extra $1,000 if you're over 50. Now remember, all of these catch-up provisions and all of these contributions allow you to put money away that goes in jail till 59 and a half, then it goes on probation in the form of taxation upon distribution. So what do I mean by that? You can fund these, and there's certain little loopholes that allow you to have access to it. But if you want to build generational wealth when it comes to becoming an entrepreneur and have your money work for you in your 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s, this is a challenging strategy right here. Nonetheless, if it's part of the mosaic, I get it. If you want to be one of the guys or gals at the water cooler saying you make contributions, all good. But remember, in the end, if you want to be able to kind of break through that financial inertia, this is not the best strategy. Okay, limited accessibility. Your funds in these accounts are generally locked up until you reach 59 and a half years of age. Need to pull out funds before then. Be ready to cough up a 10% early withdrawal penalty along with taxes that you're going to owe. At certain income levels, your ability to contribute to a Roth may be limited because you make too much money, or even eliminated altogether due to income restrictions. In other words, it discriminates. But check it out. If you want to take a loan from a 401k, so let's say your 401k is worth $200,000 and you want to take a loan, the max you can take out is $50,000, which means that $150,000 is now going to be earning a rate of return in the market, not the $200,000. Also, when you pay back that $50,000, you pay it back with after-tax dollars through your paycheck, only to get taxed on it again later on. I want you to think about how crazy that is. You pay it back with after-tax dollars only to get taxed at ordinary income again later on. And sometimes if you look in the summary plan document, you can see that there's hardship withdrawals. Every once in a while, though, you'll be able to get a non-hardship withdrawal, which basically means you could roll, while you're still working, a piece of it into an IRA. But always remember, every dollar inside a 401k is in jail, and you can't get multiple uses of it till after 59 and a half, and that's only after you pay ordinary income tax. 401k employer limitations. Not all employers offer matching contributions, and when they do, there's often a vesting schedule. That means you need to stick with the company for a certain amount of time before you fully own these contributions. As a company owner, I understand that. Not only is your money now tied to the uncertain market, but you are tied to your corporation before you even get access to these funds. So usually a vesting schedule will be year 2 to year 7. and each year you can tack on 20% of vesting all the way up to 100. So let's say if you're there for 2 years, and then year 3, 20%, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way up to 100%, you can be fully vested to have access to that 401k money. That's a way that they get to keep you at the company. Some people call it a golden handcuff, if they give you other little add-ons on top of that. In the end, if you're with a very good company, there's nothing wrong with the owner wanting to protect him or herself. And at the same time, it could be good for you that you don't have access to it, because you may not be a person that handles money the right way. However, once again, if you are an entrepreneur, if you I.T-cross and you understand money time freedom, you are not going to like a vesting schedule at all. Investment fees. Investment, administrative, and plan fees can all chip away at your savings. The average 401k plan costs about 1% of assets being managed, but could also be as high as 2% or more. Over the years, these fees can compound and take a big bite out of your retirement savings. So money masters of the game, Tony Robbins has it best. If your fees are 1% versus 2%, versus 3 versus 4%, because sometimes that's out there, everything past 1% is another 10 years less of income in retirement. So in other words, if you're at 2%, you lose 10 years of income in retirement. If you're at 3% versus 1, you lose up to 20 years of income in retirement at a certain number. So just keep that in mind as time goes on and you look at the long-term effect of fees, it really erodes your balance and puts you in a challenging situation based on the risk you take. Remember, a lot of people like to say there's a lot of cost of insurance up front, and they talk about the commissions, but I assure you, when you do the tail of the tape and you break it out over 30 years, there is so much more cost in these fees than there ever is in a cash value life insurance plan. Take that and rewind it back. As far as an example on these investment fees, if you want to start with 100 grand and the average annual return is 6% over 25 years without any fees, you'll end up with about $430,000. But now, factor in an annual fee of 1% and your balance drops to around $325,000. Think about that. That's over $100,000 gone. If the fees were to go to 2%, your balance would drop to about $260,000. That's nearly a 40% reduction in your retirement savings due to fees alone. And guess what? Your general partner, the government, didn't even start attacking this money yet. You need to wake up. Don't get mad that we're giving you the education on it. And all you smart CFPs and fiduciaries, don't act like it's bad just to buy cash value life insurance versus a 401k. You could do both. You could do it the right way. Even if you're not good at selling it, Mr. Fiduciary, connect with someone that can for the benefit of your client, so your client gets the best of both worlds, not just pre-tax, but also post-tax. Take it and rewind it back. Market dependability. Both 401ks and IRAs are tied to the economic market. So while they offer the potential for substantial growth during bullish market periods, they also carry significant risk during market downturns. And if your retirement timeline coincides with a market downturn, folks, sequence of returns rate risk, your retirement savings could take a nasty hit. Remember, fees, taxes, and sequence of returns rate risk. Let me keep it simple. You're now 60 to 70, that 10-year stretch. If the market is flat versus it earning 10% during that 10 years, remember, you have to pull money out at some point, but even when you're taking those distributions and the balance goes down and the fees and the tax are really starting to take an effect on that money, your money will really begin to get under arrest and be challenged in ways you couldn't comprehend. And that's how people sometimes outlive their money if they're not careful. Where should I keep my money instead? The first thing you want to do is get financially educated, invest in real estate between your ears. The information is just a tiny taste in my book, Surviving Success, of what I offer, which provides a step-by-step guide on how to grow your wealth through the careful placement of your money in accounts that guarantee growth. Yes, in the book, I talk about all the other financial products that are out there. I give you the advantages, I give you the disadvantages. By no means are we just buy insurance. We do believe in the wealth management side, we believe in the insurance side, and somewhere in the middle is a beautiful financial mosaic, a Venn diagram, so you could achieve money time freedom, become financially independent, do what you want, when you want, how you want, with who you want, without any money or time constraints. And yes, we also talk about the waterfall method. Thank you for checking out the video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I love you with all my heart. I want you to be able to read this book. Go ahead in the description below. Make sure you fill out all the relevant information so you can get a copy of this book. It's a game changer. You'll walk away with more information than you ever had before. I promise you it's not a waste of your time. It's entertaining as well. And it's really about my whole journey when it comes to money, all the mistakes I made along the way, and it's gonna make you feel more than human, because if an average guy like me can do it, I assure you so can you as well. Don't forget to go to the description, like, share, subscribe, and thank you for checking us out.